I was sitting on the front of my house on the balcony, looking through the paper, and then I heard the shot fired, like 8 rounds.
Really?
Yeah.
What did it sound like? Just
like firecracker, bomb, 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 bomb.
Good evening. 2 young girls are recovering in hospital tonight after a brazen shooting here in Scarborough near McCowan and McNichol. And we have team coverage live here tonight. I'm joined by Amanda Ferguson.
Ginella, police say that the gunman opened fire while 11 children played at that playground located just behind this tape here, injuring the 2 sisters. It happened just after 5 this evening. The girls aged 5 and 9 were taken to Sick Kids Hospital. The younger rushed to surgery with critical injuries. Both have since been upgraded and are expected to survive. Shell casings littered the parking lot, and police say 7 rounds were fired into the playground before the suspect got into a waiting vehicle and fled the scene.
About 11 children were playing in the park when a male approached the park with a handgun and started to fire into the park. There was a subject in the park, another male adult, along with the 11 children, and we believe that he was the intended victim of the attack. This is an extremely preliminary stage. We have a number of resources here at this point in time. I'm sure you can see we have a lot of officers here, forensic identification. I have other units as well. We're doing canvasses of the surrounding area, including that building that you see behind us. We're looking for witnesses and we're looking for video.
Police are looking for 1 male suspect along with a getaway driver. Police also want to speak with the alleged intended target. Police Chief Mark Saunders calling it a despicable act.
Some cowards came into this neighborhood and opened fire into a playground. I can tell you that we are putting every resource on this to make sure that we apprehend the person that would be motivated to do something like this in the city of Toronto, and we will be taking aggressive action towards resolving this particular investigation.
Chief, we've been seeing a lot of acts of gun violence in the city recently. Do we have a problem?
Well, no, you know what? This is the same thing that we go through every summer, so let's be very clear. When we look at our numbers, there's not this tremendous spike. There hasn't been. When we do have shooting incidents, they do go in peaks and valleys right across the city. It happens every single year. I'm not happy with it, so I'm not here to say all is well. Anytime that someone is motivated to use a firearm, I have great concerns for that.
And police say that they have recovered surveillance video from the scene and they're quite happy with the images. However, at this point, no suspect descriptions have been released. And Ginella, you have community reaction as well.
Well, this very public and shocking act has left this community disturbed. They say it's a tight-knit community full of families. The children play together in the park. And some of those who heard the gunshots and witnessed the aftermath of this shooting were young children themselves.
Our backyard is facing the park, so she was just about to go outside and she witnessed, she heard the shots and looked outside, so it's pretty sad that, she's 11 years old, those are her friends.
We're in the first split there.
Desiree LaForge says her younger sister was at home just steps away when shots rang out in the playground behind her townhouse.
Everybody plays together here, it's a huge community of kids and they're always playing outside, literally that's the first thing these kids do when they come home from school. This is supposed to be their safe spot, and now they're always going to associate this tragic incident with, the place they used to play at every day.
The incident has left the community shaken, wondering how anyone could open fire on a group of children playing.
2 little girls got shot. It's so depressing. We grew up here too, so pretty sad to see.
What's this neighborhood like?
Very, very quiet. Oh, that makes you want to hug your kids when you hear that.
Police confirmed there were nearly a dozen kids in the playground when multiple shots rang out, echoing throughout the neighborhood.
It sounded really close, so then I was wondering where it came from, because it was really, really, really loud.
And how did you feel in that moment?
I was scared. That person would have been shooting out a lot of people.
The 2 young victims, sisters aged 5 and 9. Neighbors tell us the girls belong to a large family who lives in this complex.
This must be the worst day of their entire lives. I couldn't imagine, 2 of your children, it's it's sad, it's sickening.
And police remain on scene here this evening. The forensics ID van behind us, and we just saw a K9 unit coming through. Of course, they're still looking for those 2 suspects.
And of course, there is that surveillance video. At the last police press conference about 2 hours ago, they said they were able to pull a vehicle image from that video. They said they will release it sometime tonight. We have yet to receive that image, but when we get it, we will sure to put it on citynews.ca.